So last week, Wikipedia did something that no other platform has done yet on the web. They voted 44-2 to completely ban AI generated content from the entire platform, which I think there is some crazy implications about what this means for the future of the web.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that I feel like no one has made this a big deal. Everyone just saw it and was kind of like, oh, okay. But this is absolutely huge. Wikipedia is one of the most visited websites literally in the whole of the internet. So if they're doing this hard line on AI content, this will be interesting to see. Does this raise a precedent for other sites to follow suit? Or is this going to be something unique to Wikipedia and possibly a standout thing for the website?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Wikipedia has always been the source of truth on the internet. And this kind of begs the question of like, where does truth actually live and how is it created? But to go a little bit deeper exactly on what happened, because I know you've read about it, Katie, but just kind of give a background, is that the English Wikipedia community basically passed a policy in March 2026 that no AI generated content can make or rewrite an article full stop. The only exception is basic copywriting edits of your own writing and assisted translation where you're actually fluent enough in the other language to catch errors, which is interesting.
And I think this all makes sense why they did this, right? And there's two main reasons at play here. Number one, AI hallucinates. And as a platform as a source of truth, you can't afford to have hallucinations and incorrect information. And then I think the larger problem at play here is that people look to Wikipedia as a human source, and their human verification process is insanely important within what they do. Whereas when you have AI generated content, it can just go in and it can create instantly, edit instantly. And that's really unfair in a way to the volunteers of Wikipedia that have put in the hundreds and hundreds of hours to do all the writing and the creating of these sources on Wikipedia. So I think it kind of comes down to it being a threat to this human centered platform that they have built up.
And I think interesting too that the policy that they came out with actually admitted that they can't reliably detect AI writing by just style alone. They have to go look at the history of the edits to fully understand if this was AI or not, which is an interesting testimony to how good AI writing is getting. It's starting to be undetectable if it's AI or not. I also think it's a really important reason for this beyond just accuracy, because Wikipedia is actually one of the most scraped sources for AI training data on the entire internet. So if AI generated content gets onto Wikipedia and then it gets scraped for the next generation of AI models, then it just becomes this like AI slop. And what does that create when it comes to all the future of LLM models? They call this, I think it's called model collapse. And Wikipedia is literally trying to protect the information loop, which I think is kind of interesting too, because Wikipedia isn't the one that owns the LLM models. So why did they care how good the models are? They're literally trying to ban it. But I think it's probably even like a long-term play. It's like the future of the internet with their information is so valuable. So there's probably a lot of play in having them be able to monetize their content. And if the content goes downhill, then that's like obviously a big no-no for Wikipedia.
And then it's interesting because on the total opposite end of the spectrum here, we have Grokopedia, for example, that is like pulling all this information, synthesizing, and it's doing everything completely, no human verification whatsoever. And I know, Lindsay, you had a really interesting story about Grokopedia. You told me the other day. You should talk about that.
Yes. So I had a friend that had a family member pass away, and he was a very stellar individual with an amazing past. And they wanted like more information to kind of read up on their family member. And so they prompted it and said, hey, like Wikipedia, like create me this amazing document of whatever you have of this person. And it went and found information that they didn't even know about their family member. And like things that would have took weeks and weeks and weeks for journalists to go find, including some of the information was cited from one of their family members' Instagram video. Like the Grokopedia was able to like watch the video and grab all this information and pull things from the corners of the web that like you wouldn't think to grab. Like that was like the information on those Instagram pages doesn't live on Wikipedia today. And so sure, Wikipedia is like human written and like so much trust, but Grokopedia, although it's AI written, has the skills of like a million researchers going out and grabbing this information. And it was really special to be able to like read this piece on this person that was like so in depth and just like a new way that we're able to like combine and consolidate research that we just never had the capability to do that before.
I think it's such a beautiful use of an AI tool there, but I think it really comes down to we've got two very different paths here. We've got human first, human only, and we've got human completely taken out, but in the name of speed and deep research in ways that humans, it would take us literally forever to do. But the question I keep coming back to in all of this is that humans are wrong like all the time, right? And Wikipedia often has errors. I mean, we've all found an error there at some point, and journalists make mistakes when they're reporting in the news and the media. So is it fair or unfair to hold AI to a higher standard than we hold our fellow humans when it comes to accuracy of information?
I'm going back and forth on this. And I think my thoughts around it is it really comes down to accountability. I feel like humans, yes, they can make errors, but when you're making edits to Wikipedia, for example, you can look back on history and see you made the error. And a lot of times there's not always, but a lot of times there's small errors along the way. Like that's what humans do. But I feel like the thing about AI is that it, for one, us as humans can't fully grasp everything it's doing in the background. So I feel like it makes us uneasy, but also I feel like it can like hallucinate like troves of information. Like instead of like us as a human seeing it, there's something missing in this like slot right here and just kind of just jumping over it, AI will put something in that slot and who knows how accurate it is. So I think it's inaccurate in ways that are larger and also hard to fully grasp as humans, which makes us unsure about having it just plugged into these ecosystems.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. And yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how all of this evolves and moves forward.